Hello and welcome back to BAGM mode in NHL 20 with the Edmonton Oilers here at trade deadline in year 1. Now, I have a confession to make. A trade has already been made. But in my defense, it's mainly my fault actually. So I start off the video, I went through the whole thing, I was like, okay, we're not going to go after this player, we're not going after this player, this is what I'm thinking about doing, and did the trade. Then I looked over and realized I forgot to hit record on my game capture. So all of that stuff was pointless. So I was like, you know what, I'll just back out, we'll be fine, I'll redo everything. NHL 20 is where it screwed me over. Decided, hey, that save before you made the trade, we're not going to keep it. We're going to override it with the backup, even though you've turned auto saves off. And now I only have the game files of after the trade was made. So I'm still going through my process, but the trade's been made, so that part won't be in the video. So I was going through the trade block though at the end of last video, and I was like, alright, so maybe we'll let this player go after this. Alright, so one of the people we're looking at was Chicago, Dylan Strome. I'm like, you know what, we can go after him, he's a good player. But then I was looking at it, he's 22, we already have a bunch of young people, we're going to have to sign him long term. He fits, if you look at player info, he goes down here, oops. For our coach, he would fit on power play, penalty kill, and forward line 1. Well, we already have a +5 on forward line 1, he's a young player, we're not really going to have a lot of room for him, plus we're going to have to give him a contract at the end of the year, he's going to want a lot of money, he has a lot of trade value, it's going to be hard to do. Next player I was looking at was Jared Spurgeon. I'm like, okay, he's 30, he's gonna we'll have him for this playoff run, but that's a lot of value to give up, and I couldn't really come up with a good thing a good amount of value to give up to get him for a rental, because it will be a rental. We're not going to sign him at the end of the year because we have Bouchard, we have Caleb Jones coming up, we have Ethan Barry's take another step. We're going to have a halfway decent D-core that's going to improve a little bit. I say it'll probably be 10 to 15 in the league. Right now we're 15 to 20. So it's just going to get better over time. Trading for Spurgeon, not going to do a whole lot. And same with D'Angelo down here. Trading for him won't do a whole lot. He's just going to take up a spot away from one of the young guys, even though he probably would help out a bunch. So then I was like, let me go through all the teams and look at who we need for right wingers. I did that part off video. And so I was going through somebody that can help out the second line. Whether right winger or left winger, really didn't matter. Somebody that can make Connor McDavid better. Which, I can't believe I just said those words, but I did. And when I was going through it, I remember, I can't remember if it was before I started the video or during the first video, that I was looking at Olofsson of the Buffalo Sabres. I'm like, you know what, he would be pretty good fit. He's a right winger, he can score, which is kind of what fits with McDavid. I looked at him, it said he works really well at the second line. I'm like, you know what, he goes there, we'll have him with Connor McDavid. Next year if Kailer Yamamoto comes up, I know works 100% with the current coach on the second line, so depending on how well Olofsson would work on the second line, let's get Olofsson. So the trade value is about, okay, somewhere in value. I'm like, but you know what? We can sign him to a contract. He won't require a lot of money. And so we can keep him on a team and build around him. He can be one of our key pieces. Because we're going to have cheap key pieces. I think Olofsson could be that guy. And the value I had to give up was Nuge. And Nuge wasn't fitting our lineup with our current coach. And I was like, you know what? Let's give Nuge the start he deserves, a better chance in Buffalo. He'll be the number 2 center, most likely behind Jack Eichel. And Nuge had more trade value than Olofsson. So I was looking, you know what? We need a third center now. Who are we gonna trade for a different center on the league? Are we gonna get a pick from Buffalo, or are we gonna get a third center from Buffalo? And I was like, you know what? Let me see what centers Buffalo has. And I decided, you know what? Nuge for Olofsson and Zemgus Girgensons. The main reason, he doesn't do a whole lot on third line for us, but where he does shine for us is... Oops, I went too far. Pistol stands? Penalty kill. He works really well with the penalty kill strategy. His defensive stats are pretty good. He's got a pretty good face-off. He's got good senses and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? He works really well for our penalty kill. The thing that's dragging our penalty kill down, because he works with the penalty kill strategy, Chason works with the penalty kill strategy, Larson and Nurse do not. Sheehan does not, Athanasiou does, Bear does, Clefbaum does. So we have 3 people that are dragging the penalty kill down, but I'm like, I don't want to pit too many people in it. And so rather than give Buffalo a pick to finally make it out, I just said, you know what, take Jujhar Khaira as well. He was a player we weren't using, so that was just a little throw in, got the deal done. So the deal was Henrik Skirgensson, Victor Olofsson for Nugent Hopkins and Jujhar Khaira. And because of that, I moved Paul Harvey down because with Paul Harvey playing with Connor McDavid and Olofsson, they're not 3 overall, which I don't understand. So now it's Cassian, McDavid, Olofsson for a +5, making McDavid 100 overall. I don't know how this is possible. He is so good. But if you look at Cassian, he's better for the third line. Second line's okay. Whereas Paul Harvey, he has about the same value on the second line, and he's a better fit on the second line. But if you move him there, it's so pointless to do. So we'll move Cassian over there just to look. Oops. Paul Harvey actually has better fit on the second line than Cassian does, but for whatever reason, that doesn't work. I don't understand this whole line chemistry thing. So that was the trade I made, and we're gonna go with it. And Olofsson happens to be a perfect fit for the second line. So Olofsson will be a perfect fit next year, maybe halfway through or at the beginning of the year. Yamamoto's gonna be a perfect fit. We have Connor freaking McDavid in the middle of those two. I don't see why this team will not tear it up next year, especially. So let's just get it started. Keep rolling through and into the playoffs. Maybe we would end up for the playoffs. But that's where I've done so far. I think it's going to work out well. I could upgrade the defense, but I'm like, there's just not a lot of trade value because we have some pretty bad contracts on this team, and so I couldn't figure out a way to get a defenseman for cheap that could actually help out. So we'll take up to the final Battle of Alberta game. Sim up to that date. And first game was the team win. There you go, winning some Western Conference specific games. Alright, Nashville win, Dallas win, Chicago, loses Chicago. Alright, Columbus you win, Vegas need the win here. Nice. Loses Winnipeg, not the end of the world. Islanders, 3-0 loss, not the end of the world though. Beat Philly, beat the Caps, perfect. Alright, now come up against Ottawa, you lose. Oh, that sucks, but now you're going to Tampa. A 5-0 loss. Gotta beat the Ducks, 6-0, that's a turnaround. Beat the Avalanche, lose to the Sharks, really? Alright, gotta beat the Ducks, come on, beat the Knights, you're chasing them down in the standings. Alright, so this game may have playoff implications. So if there is major playoff implications in this game. So we have 92 points, Western Conference. St. Louis can't catch us. So they won the Cup last year, and now they are not being able to make the playoffs the next year. Alright, that's not a big thing. Actually, no, I need to check. So we would be second wild card. So, we're playing Dallas. Never mind. So we're either playing... it does. Okay, so if Nashville loses their game, Vancouver wins their game, Vegas wins their game, and we win our game. It's a lot of stuff that has to go right, but it is possible that after this game, the Edmonton Oilers will face the Calgary Flames in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're going to have a Battle of Alberta playoff round. Ooh, this is going to be good. Alright, so, yes, in the game. Oh my, wow. Alright, first, ooh, I forgot that does that. First period of this game against Calgary, Battle of Alberta, final 1-1. McDavid on the power play, Tkachuk on the power play. Second period. Lindholm makes it 2-1. Okay, start up the sim again. Come on, tie it up. Lucci scores, of course he does. Come on. Final Battle of Alberta game. Gaudreau scores on the power play. Another power play, but alright, power play, hey. McDavid again. 2-point game for McDavid. 2-goal game, not 2-point. Well, it's both. Alright, keep pushing, guys. Tobias Reeder and 5-2 Calgary. That will most likely be the victory. Alright, so none of that mattered. The whole possible future where there could be a Battle of Alberta. Edmonton Oilers don't do anything in their final game and finish 8th in the standings, but they are in the playoffs. That's what's important. So we'll go through some stats here. Let's go Western Conference. So yeah, Dallas, and then it's Calgary. And since we're the last wild card, we will be playing the Dallas Stars. Okay. All the way over. 22% on the power play and 80% on the penalty kill. Dallas is our players in the first round. 82.9, so 93% on the penalty kill, but 14% on the power play. So if we can shut them down on the penalty kill, or we can shut down the power play and our power play steps up, I like our chances. Alright, some stats. Forward. McDavid 85, McDavid 87, Draisaitl 85, Athanasiou 70, Neal 69, Olofsson 54, along with Bull Harvey. I don't know how many of those came from Buffalo. I can look here though. Edmonton 20 games, 3 goals, 10 assists for 13 points. Okay, not too bad. Cassian's 48, Chason is 42, Ennis was 37 points. Okay. Gergensen, how did he do with us? Oh, well, I do want that, but whatever. In 20 games, he had 2 goals, 6 assists for 8 points. Okay. But he was more of the shutdown role, the defensive center that we need. And those are his guys. Defenseman, there we go. Clefbaum, 36 points. Nurse, 27. Bear, 22, along with Green. He did not grow at all. And then goalies. A 902 save percentage for Smith and 898 for Koskinen, so both about the same. And then a 294 for Smith, goals against average, and a 299 goals against average for Koskinen. Dallas is what we want to look at. Bishop is their guy, 909 save percentage and a 274. That will be the player, that will be the goalie we will be facing in the first round, and he can steal stuff. And I'm only looking at their goalie stats because that's what I'm curious about. All right, now let's take a look at how the Condors are doing. They have clinched a playoff spot. That's nice. As of right now, we're not going to do their full season because that will eat into the playoffs for us. But as of right now, they are sitting at a 20% power play and a 86 penalty kill. Wow, that's very good. And their point leaders are, don't really care. Caleb Jones has 43 points, Yamamoto has 41, and Bouchard has 36. Bouchard's at 76 overall. Nice. Yamamoto is a 75. He's grown. And Jones is a 78. So, those guys keep growing, that'd be perfect for us. Now, the final thing we're going to do in this video, I'm going to be mainly a little bit shorter video, but we're going to look at Dallas's lines heading into these playoffs. Okay, so let's do advanced day. Alright, make it official. We're playing Dallas. Yay, look at that. Alright, play game. Yep. And then edit lines. That's so... I can't remember if there was a second screen after that. That's not what I wanted to do. Starting lines. Is it edit lines? Oh, viewpoint, okay. Ben, Sagan, Janmark, Hintz, Pavelski, Radulov, Cagliano, Fosca, and Como, Georgiev, I can't remember how to say his name, but I know he's really, really good. Hansel and Perry, and on defense, Haskin and Klingberg. God, that's a really good pair. Lindell, Alexiak, Sakara, and Johns. Okay, not a bad pair. Not the best defense overall. I mean, that first pair is unreal, but I think we can work with this. We have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, so we have a shot. How good of a shot? I don't know. And so hopefully we can do some stuff and actually maybe squeak out a victory. But that'll do it for this video. I know it's a little bit shorter than normal, but next video will be the playoffs. And apparently the playoffs have already gone a game. Calgary's already up, down. Nashville's up in the series. And Capitals are up in their series, and Boston's up in their series. So, I don't know. Thank you for watching. Click like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time, when we start round 1 of the playoffs against the Dallas Stars, I will see you later.